AITA for screwing over all the people who donated their time and money. The PTA has been planning a fundraiser for months to raise money for new cheerleader uniforms. The old uniforms are very outdated, and all the kids are excited about getting new ones, including mine. Early in the planning I agreed that my property could be used at no cost for the event, and that I would provide all the furnishing. Other people worked hard on buying, making items to be sold at the fundraiser. Some people spent upwards of hundreds of hours and/or dollars for the event. At a recent meeting, the football coach said the equipment was badly worn out and needed to be replaced ASAP. A vote was held, and the majority voted that this fundraiser would be for the football team instead of the cheerleaders. I was pissed. Football is always the top priority. I went above and beyond here specifically to help out the cheerleading team. My child and all their friends on the team got their hopes up only to be dashed. I told everyone my property would no longer be available for use, and they would need to find a new venue. People panicked and got very angry, including several people who voted against the change. They said my decision was equivalent to throwing all their hard work in the trash. I asked them how they thought the cheerleaders would feel. They said it was a vote, and I was acting like a dictator, that I can't overrule the will of the majority. I said they can do what they like, but not on my property. I know they won't be able to find a venue this late, especially not at an affordable price. I understand I screwed over my friends, burned bridges, and am likely going to be kicked off the PTA. I just can't bring myself to help them. Am I a spiteful a-hole? NTA. This was a bait switch. You agreed to having a fundraiser for the cheerleaders at your property, not the football team. NTA. You were doing what you were for the cheerleaders. They are massively screwing over the cheerleaders. This should never have gone for another vote. The perceived less important thing always gets screwed. You were right, that's exactly how the cheerleaders would feel. Let them find another venue. You were doing this for the cheerleaders. Good for you. NTA. I would make it clear that the use of your property and the furnishings were your donation to the cheerleading team. As the fundraiser is no longer for the same team, your donation is not applicable. NTA. You agreed to host a fundraiser for the cheerleaders, not the football team. They changed the conditions, and they can live with the consequences. NTA. You agreed to let them use your property for a fundraiser that would directly benefit school activities that your family is involved in. It is completely delusional of others to think that you would continue to host the fundraiser when the fundraiser was altered to no longer benefit school activities that your family is involved in. NTA. They should hold a separate event for the football team. It's crappy that football is placed above any other activity in school. Nope, and good for you. You did all the work, but the football players need it more. Was a disgraceful move by the coach, and you don't have to go along with it. Your property, your conditions. NTA. Force the idiots to reverse their decision and give the money where it belongs. NTA. You intended to host an event for cheerleading and not football. Now that the event priorities have changed, your space is no longer available. If they can change the reason for the fundraiser, you can decide to back out of loaning your space. It may look like an asshole move, but it's not. The agreement was fundraising for cheerleaders on your property free of cost. PTA knowingly took an vote to destroy the hopes of a team in favor of another. That's bullying. It's your property, you can do as you please and no one has the right to judge you. Edit NTA. NTA. They can hold the event at the school for free. AITA. Time to go commando and do a private fundraiser because they're just gonna keep pushing the cheerleaders aside for the sports. What galls me is that they don't consider cheerleading a sport. Those kids have more strength, agility and focus than any football player. With the added bonus of worse and more frequent injuries. NTA. Stick to your guns and maybe call the school district to see if the bait and switch they pulled is following protocol or legal. They may not actually be permitted to do it, and unless you hold a chair on the PTA committee they cannot kick you out. Maybe they can have the fundraiser on the football field? NTA. It's like they did a bait and switch on the cheerleaders, including your kid. Nothing wrong with you changing your mind since someone else changed their mind and moved football in from to the previously planned fundraiser for the cheerleaders.